Parker crept through the backyard gate, sneakers squelching in yesterday's rain puddles. Dark curls balanced with each careful step, and those bright hazel eyes scanned the garden for any sign of movement. The purple jacket with the star patches caught on the rose bush, ikin I chicken. But that didn't matter, not when the most amazing thing had just happened. "Did you really talk?" The whisper floated across the morning air. "Or am I dreaming?" A fat orange tabby cat stretched on the garden wall, yawning wide enough to show every tooth. "Course I talked. Been talking for years. You just started listening." The world tilted sideways. Cats didn't talk. Everyone knew that. But this one, Mrs. Henderson's grumpy old Marmalade, had definitely just answered back. "How? Why?" The words tumbled out all mixed up. Marmalade's tail swished lazily. "Questions, questions. Always with the questions, you humans. Look, kiddo, you've got the gift. Some folks can hear us, most can't. Simple as that." "The gift?" "Mm-hmm. Runs in families sometimes. Your great-grandmother had it too, though she kept quiet about it. Smart woman." The cat began grooming his paw. "Now, are you going to stand there gaping like a goldfish, or are you going to help?" "Help with what?" Marmalade's green eyes narrowed. "The Whispering Woods, of course. Something's wrong in there. The birds won't say what, the squirrels are too scared to investigate, and us cats, well, we're not exactly built for heroics." The Whispering Woods bordered the neighborhood, a tangle of old oaks and mysterious paths that parents always warned kids to avoid. Stories floated around about strange lights and odd sounds, but nobody really believed them. "I'm not allowed in the woods alone." "Who said anything about alone?" Marmalade hopped down from the wall. "You've got me, haven't you? Plus, every creature with sense has been waiting for someone like you, someone who can hear us and has opposable thumbs." A blue jay landed on the fence post, head cocked sideways. "Is this the one, Marmalade? The new listener?" "Seems to be, Jasper. Though we'll see if there's any courage to go with those ears." Parker's cheeks burned. Being called a coward by a cat stung more than it should. "I'm not scared." "Prove it," Marmalade said simply. The morning sun climbed higher as they walked toward the wood's edge. Every few steps another animal joined their strange parade. Jasper the jay flew overhead, calling out directions. Two squirrels named Hazel and Acorn chattered nervously from the branches. Even Mrs. Patel's ancient poodle, Princess, trotted along with surprising energy. "Haven't had a proper adventure in ages," Princess wheezed. "My human thinks I'm too old, but I'll show her." The woods looked different with talking companions. Less scary, more alive. Sunlight danced through leaves, creating patterns on the mossy ground. The path wound between massive tree trunks, each one wider than a car. "So what exactly is wrong?" Parker asked, stepping over a fallen log. "The heart tree is sick," Jasper chirped from above. "It's the oldest oak in the forest, and all the magic flows from it. If it dies—" "We lose our voices," Marmalade finished. "Go back to being regular animals. No more conversations, no more sharing stories. Just silence." The thought made Parker's stomach twist. Already, talking with animals felt natural, like finding a missing piece of a puzzle. Losing it now would be awful. They walked deeper, following a creek that bubbled and sang. More animals joined: rabbits, a wise old owl who only spoke in riddles, even a family of raccoons who insisted on sharing their breakfast berries. "There," Hazel squeaked, pointing with a tiny paw. "The heart tree." Parker gasped. The oak stood in the clearing, so very big its branches created a green ceiling. But something was definitely wrong. Black spots covered the bark, and many leaves had turned brown despite the summer weather. "It's dying." The words came out as a whisper. "Not dying," said a new voice, deep and rumbly. "Poisoned." Everyone turned. A massive black bear emerged from the undergrowth, moving with surprising grace for something so large. "Bruno!" Princess yapped. "You scared us." "Apologies." Bruno settled on his haunches. "I've been guarding the heart tree, trying to understand what happened. 3 nights ago, I saw humans here. They poured something on the roots, something that smelled sharp and wrong." "Why would anyone do that?" "Development." Marmalade spat the word like a hairball. "Humans want to clear this land for houses. Kill the heart tree and the forest loses its protection. The magic fades, animals leave, and suddenly it's just empty land ready for building." Anger bubbled up hot and fierce. How could anyone be so cruel? These woods held wonders most people couldn't even imagine. "We have to save it," Parker said firmly. "How?" Acorn wrung his tiny paws. "We're just animals and one small human." "That's where you're wrong." The owl, who'd been silent until now, fluttered down to a lower branch. "The cure exists, but requires bravery to obtain. Deep beneath the heart tree's roots lies a spring of pure water, older than memory. 1 cup of that water, poured on the poisoned roots, will heal our tree." "Sounds easy enough," Parker said, though nervous butterflies danced in the stomach. "The spring is guarded," the owl continued, "by the fears of those who seek it. Only the truly brave can reach the water." Silence fell over the clearing. Even the creek seemed to quiet its babbling. Parker looked at the dying tree, at all the hopeful animal faces, and made a decision. Show me where to dig. Bruno's massive paws made quick work of the soft earth near the tree's base. Soon a hole appeared, leading down into darkness. "I'll come with you," Marmalade offered, but Parker shook his head. "The owl said I have to be brave. That means going alone, right?" The old owl nodded approvingly. Parker sat at the hole's edge, legs dangling into black nothing. Every instinct screamed to back away, to run home where things made sense and trees didn't need saving. But then Jasper landed on a nearby shoulder. Tiny claws jingled through the jacket fabric. "We believe in you," the jay chirped softly. That helped. Parker took a deep breath and dropped into the darkness. The fall was shorter than expected, landing with a soft thump on sandy ground. Darkness pressed in from all sides, thick and heavy. Parker's heart hammered so loud it echoed off unseen walls. "Okay," the whisper sounded thin and scared. "Just find the spring. Easy." The first few steps, hands brushed against smooth tunnel walls. The passage sloped down, and gradually a faint blue glow appeared ahead. Hope flared bright. Maybe this wouldn't be so scary after all. Then the whisper started. "Too small, too weak, just a child." The voices came from everywhere and nowhere, slithering through the darkness like smoke. Parker froze, every muscle tight with fear. "Not brave enough, will fail, everyone counting on you." The blue glow seemed farther away now, unreachable. Tears pricked at the corners of eyes that squeezed shut tight. But closing eyes made Parker remember. Marmalade's sarcastic confidence, Princess' determination despite her age, little Hazel's worried squeaks. They needed help. They believed in their human friend. "I am brave," Parker said aloud, voice growing stronger with each word. "I'm here, aren't I? I jumped into a scary hole because my friends need me. That's brave." The whispers faltered, fading like morning mist. The blue glow brightened, closer now. Parker ran toward it, feet splashing through shallow water. The spring lay in a small cavern, lit by some inner light that turned everything blue-silver. Water bubbled up from smooth stones, crystal clear and somehow ancient. A wooden cup sat on a natural shelf, as if waiting. Parker filled the cup carefully, hands steady now. The water felt alive somehow, tingling against skin like gentle electricity. The journey back up seemed shorter, fear replaced by determination. "You did it!" Marmalade actually purred as Parker emerged, muddy but triumphant. "I knew you would. Well, I hoped, quite strongly." Together, the group approached the heart tree. Parker poured the spring water slowly over the poison roots, making sure every drop counted. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, the black spots began to fade, dissolving like bad dreams in morning light. Brown leaves turned green, unfurling towards the sun. The entire tree seemed to inhale, bark glowing with health. It worked! Hazel and Acorn danced in circles, chittering with joy. Bruno stood on his hind legs and gave a surprisingly gentle hug. Thank you, small brave one. You saved our home. Even the owl looked pleased, ruffling his feathers with satisfaction. Wisdom and courage together. A rare combination. As celebrations continued around the heart tree, Marmalade padded over to sit beside Parker. So, hero, what now? Going to tell the world you can talk to animals? Parker considered this, watching Princess attempt to dance with the squirrels. I don't think so. Some magic is better kept secret. Smart kid. Marmalade's approval felt warm as sunshine. But you'll keep visiting? The woods can always use a brave friend with opposable thumbs. Try and stop me. The walk home felt different. The woods no longer seemed mysterious and forbidden, but welcoming and alive. Every chirp and chitter might be a greeting, every rustle a friend saying hello. At the garden gate, Marmalade paused. Same time tomorrow. The rabbits want to show you their warren, and there's a pond where the fish tell the most amazing stories. It's a deal. Parker pushed through the back door, shoes definitely too muddy for the kitchen floor. But that was okay. Some adventures were worth a little trouble. From the window, the whispering woods stood tall and green in the afternoon light. Somewhere in there, a heart tree grew strong and healthy, protected by magic older than memory. And somewhere in this small human chest, courage grew too, planted like a seed and ready to bloom. Being brave, Parker realized, wasn't about not feeling scared. It was about helping friends, even when your knees shook. It was about jumping into darkness because someone needed you. It was about keeping wonderful secrets and protecting magical places. Tomorrow would bring new adventures, new animal friends with stories to share. But today had been perfect. The day an ordinary kid discovered that being brave could save an entire forest. And that was better than any fairy tale.